I overdid weed for the longest, and now I stopped smoking.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that now since
Now we could talk
I
about it.
saw your video.
Now
You
we
want
can
to
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it now?
Now we can talk about it, man.
As
You
I'm
know,
drinking whiskey here.
as you're drinking whiskey, maybe you'll one day make a video why I stopped drinking, and then start it again after a week because I couldn't handle stop drinking.
All right, so what is the main reason why you stopped?
There isn't one main reason. There's a
Yeah, but I'm
combination of
asking you what
reasons,
is the main reason? Like
and
the
I'm
number
telling you.
one on the top of the list. I know you have a list of things, but what is the number one? Like what is the one that you look for first?
Um, I think there's two. If I'm gonna give you that, I can't give you one.
No. Why can't you just answer the freaking question?
I'm trying to, but you're not allowing me to.
Yeah, but you want to answer two. I just
Yeah.
said one.
No, like I can't just pick one titty. I want both titties. You can't make one
Oh,
titty
okay.
feel some type of way, and the other, you got to pick both titties.
That's fair. All right, go ahead.
I would say health, long-term health, because smoking, you're building up a lot of resin in your lungs, whether you like to admit it or not. Smoking isn't the healthiest thing, and that's coming from a smoke. I've been smoking for over a decade, so that's just
Over
what it
a
is.
decade?
Over a decade. Yeah, over a decade. Over constantly, I would say about 8 years, but over a decade. Like I started when I first ever smoked, I was 16 years old. So
Yeah, but you weren't like doing it constantly, right?
no, no, no. When I was 16, no. I started doing it constantly after high school, which I was 18, maybe 19 years old. That's when I constantly started doing it.
Was that when I met you? Because when I first met you, you weren't smoking like that.
No, no.
You only started like later on.
Yeah, I don't, when we met, I don't think I was smoking like that either. I think it was a little bit after.
Yeah,
Um,
me and the homies almost, wanted to do an intervention for you because it was out of hand.
I mean, but we have a good amount of friends that smoke all the time
Yeah, I know. That's why we didn't. But if we didn't
because
smoke,
they were too
we
high.
exactly.
I mean,
So,
and besides health, I just felt like weed was hindering my growth. I feel like
like
I
you wouldn't grow
plateaued.
anymore. I think you're pretty tall enough. So, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I guess so. No, I just feel like, as a person, as a creator, I would be wasting a lot of time smoking as opposed to um, actually getting things done. And I feel like it was kind of hindering me in that sense. So I felt like I
Damn.
needed to stop. Plus, like I said, I've been smoking constantly every day
Yeah.
for the past 7 years. So
Yeah. You
I
lived with me
needed,
for like 3 months, and every single time you woke up, you went straight for the bong. It was pretty impressive.
no, I would wake up and run, then I would go for the bong.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. That's one thing I can't do. I can't smoke and then go on a run. Or else, if I smoke, I'm not going to work out for the most part.
Yeah, but you've smoked before going to the gym.
I've done it before, but it's not something that I would constantly do ever. If I would do it,
Oh,
it would be a one off thing.
I
It
see.
wouldn't be a constant thing. But I mean, regardless, I would still smoke right after I worked out. Like I would go to the
Right.
gym. That would be my sober 2, 3 hours of the day. And then I would go and smoke. And it's funny because actually talking to people, a lot of people around us, like a lot of creative individuals that I film with, they had no idea that I was smoking all the time. I was actually, I spent 4th of July at the beach with my friends, and one of my friend, Bruna, I was telling her that every single time that I've seen her, you know, over a month ago, because I stopped smoking, it's been over a month. It's been like a month and a week.
Yeah.
And before that, every time that I saw her, I was high. And she was completely surprised. Just like a lot of
Wow.
people. A lot of people are completely surprised. They're like, "No way, you're high." I'm like, "Yeah, I was high. I was smoking. I smoked right before I came to see you." And I
But
mean,
are
that's
you
another thing.
different?
Um, I think
Like,
I'm
did
more
she notice that
focused.
you were acting different
No,
since she
no,
never
she
seen you
didn't.
sober?
She didn't, but that's because I knew how to handle myself off weed. I would smoke so much. I was a constant smoker that it wouldn't have that effect that it would have when I first started smoking. Like when we were younger, we used to smoke, and you saw how absolutely stupid I would get and reckless and just either say dumb stuff or act like a complete idiot or just laugh at absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
But
so what's the main reason why you did all those years?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed weed. It was a fun thing. It kind of lost its fun over time.
Yeah, I mean, because you can't really get high if you're always high.
That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't really have that feeling anymore of being high. It was just like me chasing that same high that I had in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's been one hell of a journey. I've definitely had some light withdrawal symptoms, like
you were sweating at night and shit. Like
yeah, definitely.
your chest.
No, definitely not scratching my chest, but I definitely have had cold sweats, like a decent amount of cold sweats at night. I'd wake up multiple times. It would be hard to sleep. And when I did fall asleep, I'd wake up multiple times throughout the night in cold sweats. Whether the house is freezing cold or blazing hot, I would still be sweating. Irritation levels went through the freaking roof. I started telling myself, it's out of my control. It's out of my control. Sometimes in a situation, even now, I just tell myself it's out of my control. It's out of my control because a lot of things are out of my control. Like if I'm in traffic and I'm catching every single red light, I start getting irritated,
And before it wasn't like that?
I mean, it was like that, but I would be high and it brings down my irritation levels. I wouldn't necessarily think about it.
Yeah.
I would still get irritated, but in a different way. Now, it's starting to go down a little bit, but when I first stopped smoking, any little thing would get me irritated. So
really,
I'm just trying to get better, trying to be the best version that Nick can be, best version of myself,
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't honestly regret that I smoked all these years. I'm glad that I went through this journey and that I learned that it's not something that I want to continue to pursue.
Wow. That's very interesting, Nick.
Yeah.
Never thought I would hear that from you, honestly.
Right. I mean, I remember
be a lifetime smoker.
And I would say that. I would say that all the time. I would say that I would smoke even when I had children, and I would probably hide it from them until they got old enough and realized that their dad smoked weed. It was something that I was
Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, what do you mean? Like teaching his kid what weed is?
No, I just don't think he cares. He just smokes like in front of
No,
his
yeah,
kid.
he doesn't. And I mean, I feel like if you're gonna smoke, it should be something that you should teach your child. But at the same time, it's
smoke?
like not how to smoke, but like what it is. It's like a cigarette in a sense.
Yeah, but you don't think that a kid looking at their dad smoking would make them want to smoke? Oh, daddy does it, so I want to do it too.
Sure, 100%, 100%. Because I mean, your kid is gonna follow what you do, not what you say. You know what I mean?
So, what was your plan to prevent that?
I mean, I didn't really think too far into it. I just knew that in the beginning I would hide it from them, and then eventually I would sit them down and explain what weed is, what marijuana is, and how it's not the healthiest thing, but hey, your dad is basically addicted to it. Luckily, I won't have this conversation in the future. I'm not going to say that I'm never going to smoke again, but I don't plan on smoking in the future, like anytime in the near future.
Right.
It's not really in my plans. I feel like one day maybe I might be able to know how to enjoy it and smoke once every couple of months for celebratory reasons. But as of right now, I don't trust myself to do that. So maybe I need to go a year, a couple of years, whatever amount of time until I feel like I can do that.
Because you have an addictive personality.
Sure.
Right.
But I mean, don't we all? You saying you don't?
Do I?
You drink alcohol all the time. You like coffee all the time. There's a lot of things. There's things that we like that we just get addicted to.
Yeah, but I can control myself.
Shut the fuck up. You sound like a crack addict.
No, but going back to weed, bro. I ran out and I had to edit a vlog, and it was very difficult. Like really fucking difficult.
See, I feel like we put that in our own mind, and that makes it harder to give up certain things. You know, like you're gonna, if you stop smoking, if you stop drinking coffee, you're gonna have withdrawals. That's just what it
Hmm.
is because our bodies are so used to these things, especially if you're using it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But we make excuses for ourselves. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
like,
because I still got it done, but it was definitely more difficult. Like my patience wasn't there doing like the rough cuts, doing the
oh, for sure.
beginning phases. So like sometimes weed would help me with that because
Right.
I can just knock it through and like be inspired, and like just as I'm cutting it, I'm already thinking of what I'm doing and shit. But when I'm sober, I'm like, it just feels like, work, which
Yeah.
is obvious. It is work, but it just feels like not a like I'm not having a good time.
No, yeah. We definitely gives you, in a sense, that patience, the ability to sit down in front of something and do it. I mean, we kind of trained our body to do that because in the beginning, when we used to smoke, it wasn't like that. We would smoke to have a good time, to have fun, to kind of, in a sense, forget about the current problems or current situations that we live in. You
Right.
know?
But I, instead of like doing it for pleasure, I kind of like over the years, I kind of made it more so I can be more creative in a sense.
Right. Right.
Do you believe that it does make you more creative?
I feel like at one point it did, in the beginning, but when I started becoming a daily user, doing it 3, 4, 5 times a day, it kind of
Hmm.
lost that shine, that creative spark.
Yeah.
It would just be me high all the time, smoking all the friggin' time.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the thing, because when you're always high, then you really can't really utilize it, because when I do it, it's like to do a specific task. Like nowadays, maybe when I was with you, it would be more for pleasure, but nowadays I'll do it just to get something done.
Right.
And I don't know, for me, it definitely helps me have a different perspective on things. It helps me even like stay more productive at times. Sometimes I fucking do random cleanings and shit, or I get some ideas for vlog. Even if I watch something, like I would like get so many ideas on how I can incorporate that like to my own work.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. And when I'm sober, I'm just kind of like whatever, like I'm not really trying to think of outside the box. I don't know.
Well,
It's
that's
really hard to explain
no,
for
I
those
get it,
people
but
who've never been high.
I get it, but that's because you didn't train and discipline your mind to do that. It's
Yeah.
like if you don't like to read, if you sit down and you start reading once a day and you literally discipline yourself to read for 20 minutes a day, every day for the next month or two, it's going to become a habit, and then your mind is going to start working in that sense like, oh, I got to read. Just like creativity, if you sit down and write something, could be whatever every day, eventually your mind is going to be put into that spinning wheel that you're just going to think of new ideas.
Right.
But the a weed is kind of like a cheat code for that.
Yeah. It
But
really
again,
is.
I was abusing it and it didn't do absolutely nothing for me. Like it
Mm.
did, it kept me calm, I would say, and it gave me a light buzz, but it was never that same high anymore. I was definitely addicted to it, doing it all the time.
How
And
does like how
coughing,
does Oh, go ahead.
just coughing and wheezing while I work out, that's one of the huge things. One of the huge benefits of me stopping is that I don't do that anymore. I wouldn't say that I'm working out. My workouts have, well, yeah, my workouts have gotten more intense, but my run time per se didn't drastically change. It's about the same. I run a mile in about 7:45, 7:30,
Right.
but I don't cough and wheeze like I used to all the time.
Mhm. Right. I wonder how much like how Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg feels. Like how is it like for them? Like do they even get high anymore?
It's not that same high. It can't be that same high.
Yeah, but why do they still keep doing it? if they're not getting that high?
It's a habit, bro. It's an addiction. It becomes a habit. Like any little thing that I would do, there's like certain things, like right before I go to sleep, I would smoke. So it became a habit that for me to go to sleep, I would need a smoke. Oh, that's actually another huge thing. I've been
See, that's
having,
that's the one thing I didn't like doing because to me it was just like wasting the high.
really?
Yeah. Fuck
I
yeah.
guess. I
I'd
guess.
rather
I can see that.
utilize that high for something, even if I'm consuming something.
Right. Yeah, I know that um ever since I stopped smoking, my dreams have gotten so vivid because
Mm.
I would rarely have dreams. I would have dreams
Plus, you
once
remember
every.
them more,
Oh my
right?
God. I wake up confused almost every morning. Like,
Mm.
did that really happen? I've been
Right.
having the craziest dreams, bro. Like the other night I had a dream that I was in Brazil with some friends and for some reason we were staying at a hotel in the middle of a favela and we ended up getting robbed and I had to shoot somebody to save everybody. It was crazy. And I
Damn, I
felt
thought you
like
were
I
gonna
woke
express
up.
some good dreams, not some
No,
fucking nightmares.
I've only been having nightmares.
Really?
Yeah, I can't recall the last time that I had like a good dream. Only been
Man,
having
maybe you should go
nightmares.
back to smoking weed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've literally only been having bad dreams and like dreams that rattle me up and put me in certain type of situations. Like there's always something out to get me in my dreams.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
You never have like just random normal dreams?
No. No. And but there's like a lot of dreams that I have that feels like it's my life right now and then like certain things happen. Like the other day, like I always go to Whole Foods, I shop at Whole Foods, and the other day I had a dream that I went shopping at Whole Foods and as I was parking my car, I accidentally hit this lady. Like I hit her car. And I was like, "Oh man, it was like a little scratch in her car." So I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I don't think we need to get our insurance involved, but what can I do?" Like, she was like, "Oh, send me $100 and we're good." And I was like, "All right, cool. What's your Venmo?" And then she gave me her Venmo, and I walked away with her Venmo, and I forgot to pay her. A couple of days later, I know my dreams have fucking days in it. A couple of days later, I come back to Whole Foods, and I saw that same lady and I was like, I apologized immediately. I was like, I'm so sorry. I forgot to send it to you. I got distracted. What was the amount that you told me to send to you again? And she was like, oh, it was $9,000. And then I looked at
Damn.
her. Yeah, I looked at her. I was like, suck my dick. And I just walked away.
Damn.
But then some
But
crazy
that's not
shit
really a
happened.
nightmare.
No, no, no. Crazy shit happened in Whole Foods. Like there was fucking people chasing me.
Shootings.
Not shootings, but there was just people chasing me for no fucking reason. Like I'd never understand why.
Damn, bro. Maybe subconsciously you're running away from something.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What are you running away from, Nick?
I don't know. I guess my past demons.
Really?
Yeah, weed, stop smoking has definitely been very beneficial to me though. Like as far as
Doesn't sound
productivity.
like it.
I mean, it's just been my dreams. My dreams have been absolutely insane. But besides
Right.
that, everything has been great. I mean, I didn't really stop smoking for the financial reasons, but I would be spending $250 every 2 weeks. That equates to $500 a month, $6,000 a year. So hey, that's an extra 6K in my pocket. So with that, I'm pretty certain I spent over 20 grand in my lifetime on weed.
Wow. What
Yeah.
would you do with 20 grand right now?
Put it
If
in
you
my
got it all
savings.
back.
Put it in my savings to get a down payment
What
on
a
a property
loser.
property. What? What do you want me to do? Fucking
Inflation,
buy BT BSV?
Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk about that.
Why?
Because you're making fun of me for it, bitch.
I'm not making fun of you for it, but fuck. I mean, like it's great to buy cryptocurrency, but at the same time, you got to have other investments. You got to diversify the portfolio. I want to
Yeah, but
fucking
you're
get a
not
property.
investing. You're just putting it in a bank and leaving it there.
Well, I mean, it's saving up so I could put a down payment on a property. So I think that's investing. You have to. I can't just fucking go to a house and put $500.
Well, you could put a down payment of 20K.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're saying you would put it in a bank.
Well, I mean, depending on the property, I would want to put down 20%, 20 to 30%, so you wouldn't have to pay certain thresholds of property tax and things like that. And
Oh, the
20K,
mortgage insurance, you're saying?
yeah, 20K, 20%, that's $100,000 property. Most
Yeah,
likely
that's
nowadays, you're
crazy.
not going to find $100,000 property.
Unless you're in fucking Arkansas or something.
Yeah.